And now I don't remember what topic that I had picked for today, so we're just gonna
Yeah, we're gonna
Wing
ramble.
it.
Cat.
we're going to pick a random one. We'll go gaming. So, what is, if any, what is your favorite party game? Whether it be a video game that's a party-ish game that is up to 4 players or more, or a board game or a card game or anything like that. Anything that involves more than 1 player. Party game. I'll go first. I have a lot. But I'd have to say that one of my favorite ones that I find the most entertaining, no matter how small the group, is Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Yep.
It just leads to so many fun conversations and conversation starters, especially with wild combinations. And like, I don't care how serious or outrageous you took your answer. They're all fucking hilarious to me. Like, it's great. I love just reading them all. And like, some of them don't make sense at all. And you kind of sit there and like, the fuck? But you still sit there and you can still make a conversation out of it. And it's great. You can get so sidetracked playing that kind of game together. And it's hilarious.
Absolutely.
What was one of the ones we had at the party? I took pictures of several of them.
I don't remember which ones, but I remember we had we pulled for an extra person. So just like a
Yes.
random poll. And
NPC player.
I'm pretty sure the random pile beat mine.
Pretty sure the random pile beat
Which-
everybody. Yes.
Like-
This one, I found the pictures. I'm going on a cleanse this week. Nothing but kale juice and blowing my boyfriend so hard he shits. And then I took a picture of this one and then all 3 cards that were pulled, one of them being the NPC, right? So I'm Tony Robbins, and over the next 60 minutes, I'm going to teach you how to harness the power of My Little Boner, executing a hostage every hour, and Joe Biden.
Yes.
And then Mr. and Mrs. Diaz, we called you in because we're concerned about Cynthia. Are you aware that your daughter is unfathomably stupid, solving problems with violence, or working in an Amazon warehouse? Those are the ones that I took pictures of. But there were so many really good ones. And it's even better when you've had at least one drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll for who answers who says the next one, just because it's funny to me, putting somebody on the spot. Mose.
I am basic. I'm gonna go with Mario Kart. Is my
It's a good
kind
one.
of go-to.
Yes.
Mario Kart.
Up there with Super Smash Bros.
So great.
Yes.
One of my favorite memories was for Super Smash Bros. Was like years ago. We actually played. I think it was the Wii U edition, and you actually could pair your 3DS if you had Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS to the game, so you could have an 8-player Smash. And
Sorry, your cat.
I'm fidgeting with the pen, and he's just...
Speaking of Mario Kart, I don't mean to cut you off, but speaking of Mario Kart, I broke my DS once during a Mario Kart game.
This is very intense.
Yeah. It was me and a friend and my brother and one of his friends, and we won. Me and my friend against my brother and his friend, and we won. And I slammed my DS down on a pillow, and it snapped right at the little bendy part. So now it doesn't stay shut. No,
was it a DS Lite?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was the original DS. So like, yeah, now it just flings open whenever I just shake it. But anyways, you could continue.
But no, it was funny. Anyway, the memory with my friends and I was like New Year's, and we did an 8-player Smash we all thought it'd be funny to like play like pretty much like the same characters, and because also there might have been drinks involved, so it's probably a little funnier than I remembered. But like I remember like all 8 of us playing like Pikachu and not knowing what the hell was happening, and we're all like just taunting at the same time. So there's just a field full of Pikachus, and then it became really funny because then we're like, oh, we're all gonna play Shulk, and he has a taunt that says, "I'm really feeling it," and we just all are sitting there like there's 8 Shulks running around going, "I'm really feeling it," and oh, man. And I'm like, I don't even know who I am. Am I still exist? I don't know.
Am I
and then,
existing?
You're in there somewhere.
And it's funny as like when we played as all the Pikachus I want, I'm like, I don't know how. I didn't know which Pikachu was me. You think, oh, they all have these cute little accessories, but when there's 8 of them and there's like electro balls flying everywhere,
around the field.
I don't know what's going on.
There's a lot of just one color.
You just button mash. But I joke that the only reason I feel like I did well in that era is I was very comfortable with using a 3DS. Like I suck at Super Smash Bros, but for some reason just playing by 3DS, made it better.
Great.
So yeah, I have a lot of fond memories. Those would be probably my go-to party games.
That is super
Summon your
great.
paw. Summon.
I just remember playing Yoshi and I could eat people and poop them out the side of the cliff.
Yeah,
That was my favorite.
That is so great. I used to play mostly Pichu or Princess Peach, like all the time.
I love
Those were my 2
Pikachu.
go-to.
I'm a Link main, but in newer games I've been like, I love Greninja. He's
Kirby.
fun. But,
I haven't played
Link or
any of the
Toon
newer
Link.
ones. I've only played one version of Super Smash, and that was on the GameCube. So, like, way back. I remember beating one of my cousins.
Oh, you're Melee? Melee?
Yeah. Like, my
Man, you're...
my cousin, I beat him once, and he's, like, much older than me. He was so salty, he rage quit.
It's a very competitive game.
Hilarious. It's like one of the few memories I have from way back when. But like, I just remember I beat him with Pichu.
That's probably why he was pissed.
But yeah, I'm very melee with Super Smash because I only play characters I like. So whatever they do is what I do.
I will say
I adapt.
Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is still fun. I'm not, of course, the best, but there's a lot of characters. It's a huge roster, and it's like my work. We have like LAN and video game parties, so it's fun when I pull out my Switch and guys, I got Smash, and then it's just us yelling at each other.
It's always so friggin' great.
It's the time I emotionally abuse my coworkers via video games. So it's fine.
It's the best time.
I always enjoy watching my husband play it because his favorite character is Jigglypuff.
Oh my god.
And he will literally destroy people with Jigglypuff.
I bet.
I love that.
And it's really funny.
He's a Jigglypuff main.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Oh boy.
I love that so much.
gosh.
Larko, you're next. Favorite party game?
I mean, I'd probably have to say I'm gonna go with Jackbox games.
I love playing that with you guys.
I love Jackbox.
I didn't even know it was a thing until you. Like...
I know. Well, hey, I gotta share the love. There's so many different types, which is the fun part I feel like about Jackbox that I like. I mean, I have like the favorite kind of things, but like Quiplash is probably more of a go-to, but I think everyone just loves that one. It's just it's like Cards Against Humanity, kind of. You get some of the same stupid, crazy responses. I mean, I like those. The Joke Boat is pretty fun.
Survive the Internet's kind of interesting.
Survive the Internet, yep, that one's awesome. That's one I go-to is. I like some of the drawing ones too. I'm drawing a blank on the names, but we've done some ridiculous. It depends on what group you're with, honestly. But like, I don't know, my friends are all like crazy, so we get some very interesting drawings when you're doing like some of the t-shirt matching, like when you get to draw with each other on top of each other's stuff.
Playing with your husband's friends and your friends during the wedding stuff, very interesting times. Your husband's foreskin came up every game multiple
that seems
times.
To be a funny joke friend that likes to keep coming back on our games.
Hilarious.
So Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but all of a sudden that started popping up and we all jumped on board.
It was one of the questions. I don't even remember if it was that or even if it was started from that or Cards Against Humanity, because I feel like Foreskin came up in something else and then it just kind of I think he played it off one of his answers or something, and then it just kind of stuck around, and they were like, "Oh, you're
the meme for the night."
Yes,
it was great though. I just remember how fucking funny that was.
Back all the time.
It's also great because a lot of those games have room for quite a few players, and you play from your phone instead of like a controller.
Yep.
Which I
you gotta take
love
that bathroom break or something, you can run around with it.
But. Yeah, you could just take your phone with you and just kind of know what's going on. And then like there's spectators, and then spectators can vote
like the audience
if you have a big enough.
So if you get too many.
Yeah, if you have too many people, they can still kind of participate, and then you guys can just swap out.
Yep.
Like,
I like when you get those rando people that somehow magically got your room code and show up.
I remember that. That was like what, New Year's?
Yeah.
New Year's that happened? Yeah. Like a random person from a different place joined our game, and we're like, "Who the fuck is that? Who is that?"
But I'm like,
they didn't do anything. We're like, "Well, if you're gonna play the game, play the game." But because they didn't participate, we had to kick them out because they weren't participating. Totally would have been fine if they participated. We're like, how did you get our room code? Like, I don't understand.
Well, it's not a very long code, is it? Well,
no, it's like four letters.
It's like 4, letters or numbers. They probably just typed something random in and hope they'd join a room, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird with the timing. Who knows?
It was definitely weird with the timing. It was like we're like, what the fuck? But
it's just fun. There's some random crap that comes out of that.
It keeps going to your.
You keep seeing as my mannequin.
Your Arcanine profile over there.
That's funny.
Yeah, I guess. Because I'm like, oh, if I lean over, then my camera's like, ah.
And then,
yeah, I don't know. I'd say that's probably one of my favorites. I just love the capacity and that there's such a variety of different types of games you can play. I don't even know how many different like sets, because you can get different ones,
and then there's like up to like so many Jackbox games in general, and then they each have their own like games within the game, and it's just like
which is fun. I mean, I think it's, I don't know, I guess where it's at. I know that obviously I have it on like the Switch, so I play it on there. I don't know if it's cross-platform with other things, but I think it's mainly Switch. So if anyone's interested, there's a whole bunch of those, and they constantly have sales. So hey, it's a lot of fun if you like party groups and random shit. So
it is so great. And then Artemy, favorite party game.
Favorite party game. Well, definitely Cards Against Humanity, but since those were already said, I also like games like Rummy or 500, depending on whatever you want to call it. It's the same game. Unstable Unicorns is a really fun one.
We almost bought that.
It's really fun. I was able to get the kiddos to play it, and my kiddos being 6 and 7, they were able to grasp the concept of it and have some fun. And then also Taboo is also another fun one. You think you have a great vocabulary until you're trying to describe a word, and you can't use like 4 different words, and you're like, no. All of a sudden, everybody's reduced down to like a 3rd grade reading level. It's great.
It's fair. Dang it, like when you and your husband were supposed to come over on Saturday, we actually have a game here that we haven't gotten to play yet. Well, we could, we just haven't done it.
You guys have ever played Catan?
No.
It's great. It is fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
We got... We and a couple of our friends decided to play Catan a little while back, and typically a session of Catan goes like maybe 45 minutes. So you start on a world and you try to take over as much territory as you can, and whoever runs out of resources first like loses, and it kind of, you start competing for resources and driving the other people off the land, essentially. So our last session typically goes like 45 minutes.
No, not bad.
Our last session went 2.5 hours though, because I mean, if anybody knows my husband, how he likes to kind of break games and get nitty gritty, he was playing against somebody who was also very like-minded.
Oh.
And then here's the thing: the game didn't even like technically end with a winner or a loser. It was just so evenly matched.
Oh
It
my
was just a
god.
frustrating exchange of
Get
resources.
rid of you.
It really thinks your outfit's a person.
It really
So-
is. It's just giving up.
Yep,
Mm.
it's
I
like
get it
Monopoly, or
Oh,
I'm getting
it's like
distracted.
Monopoly but worse.
Oh my god. I also
I
really
think
like
I got that one on
Monopoly.
sale, but I haven't played it yet. I heard it's a
My-
lot of fun.
Yeah,
My
I love
cousins
Catan.
and I
It's a good time.
My cousins and I used to play Monopoly, but we cheated all the time. And if you got up from the table, you better take your fucking cards with you, because we would just trade. We would just trade your cards. If we wanted your card, we would do the trade that we had discussed at the table with you. If you decline it though, you better bring your cards with you, because we will just initiate the trade while you were in the bathroom. One of my cousins actually hid one of the cards like under the board.
Oh,
He didn't even
no.
try. He just took the card and hid it under the board. Like, he's like,
Oh
so we're just like, don't get up from the table. And if you have to, better bring your cards with you. You gotta use the bathroom, better bring your cards.
right up your stand, Terry.
Talking about like a vocabulary game, I know you said the one was like describing words and
Taboo.
stuff, but that reminds me of the there's a newer game that I started playing with people, but and I think I played with you guys at the maybe the New Year's Eve one, the Poetry for Neanderthals. I don't know who's all played that.
No, we
game.
played that with at
I know it was brought up.
your
I
friend's
don't think we
house
played it though.
before the wedding
Yes.
or after the wedding, one of the two. We all
Yeah, that
gathered
one's just
at
fun.
the one. I don't want to use their names. That's why I'm trying to be super vague. But like,
Yeah, but it's
it's
a fun game. I mean, you have like an inflatable bonk stick that you get to beat people with that are describing words with too many words. You just basically have to try to describe things as
we
a
tried.
Neanderthal,
We
which
were
is-
gonna play that, and then we
um,
didn't end up getting
fun.
very far with that game on New Year's. We blew up the.
Yeah,
we
so
blew
I
it
think we all
up,
were
and we
getting
started
distracted
to,
and
and
had
then we
one too
got
many
too
drinks,
distracted.
so.
Yeah, like I remember that now.
And
That
they
was
make an
hilarious.
adult version of that game. So if you like describing
Yay.
adult things,
Yay!
that's pretty fun too.
I had the card game Red Flag, which I think that Artemy and I played.
Oh, yeah.
With your husband at one point. I brought it over to play with you guys, but I don't know if we ever actually played it. But we played Red Flag.
I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did. I remember that because I had to
Oh.
pretend to be a couple with somebody.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, trying to figure out red flags, right?
Yeah,
In
we were trying to
relationship or whatever.
try and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
our
That
red
game's
flag
fun.
to pass, whatever it was. But that was fun. No, the one I have though, I was gonna play with. So the one I have is called Command Nature. We haven't played it yet. I think it's from the same company as Exploding Kittens. I can't remember, but
Which then would be Unstable Unicorns.
yeah. So
They're
I
also Exploding
think
Kittens.
so. But it's called Command Nature, but it's 2 to 4 players. Technically Joe and I could play it together. But we haven't, and we want to play with more people. But he's like, bring it to your bachelorette party. I was like, there's only freaking 3 of us, and it's 2 to 4 players. It doesn't support 3. Like, I can't do that. So, bringing it to the next party when all 4 of us get together. It's gonna happen.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
We
I really like fun board games and card games and party games in general. They're all freaking great. I love laughing and stuff. I love any
Would you
game
guys
that makes
say,
me
like,
laugh.
Your favorite OG game is, because I really loved Scrabble. Like when I was a kid, I'd play that with my grandma like all the time. What did you guys play as like one of the OG games?
Clue.
Like when you were a kid.
I
Clue?
loved Clue.
Yes, that was fun.
Clue
I remember
was
playing
great.
that with you.
Clue. Monopoly was the one I always played with my cousins at every holiday gathering. Every
I liked it,
holiday gathering we
But it
played
always
Monopoly.
lasts for hours.
It would take
Yeah.
us the whole freaking party to do it. Like
Yep.
most
See, mine
of the
was either
time.
Clue or Rummy. And
Clue.
probably
Okay.
because like we had kind of an unorthodox rule in Rummy. So if you lay down a Rummy, like you could intentionally lay it down, but you couldn't call it until the end of the next person's turn. And so if nobody noticed it by then, you can quick get it. And if somebody said it, like you would have to, it was the first person to get their hand on the card got it. And so it was like an instant slap fest as soon as somebody said
Well,
Rummy.
those are fun.
Just everybody's hand.
Oh my gosh.
It was great. I remember one of my grandmas got slapped in it. It was pretty funny. So
That is so great. I love
yeah,
that.
get too excited about Remy, go slap grandma. So pretty intense.
Mose, do you have
And rules
OG
about
card
Clue.
games you like? Fucking love.
Not a whole lot. I actually didn't grow up playing a lot of games like
The
I
card
don't know,
games.
just wasn't
No,
really
OG games like that, like
board
board
games.
games and stuff.
you know, like
We did a
I
lot
mean-
when the power went out. By candlelight and flashlights, played a lot of board games.
yeah, see, I never experienced that. Like we had games, but they were rarely played. So I guess maybe Uno?
Uno's great.
Yeah, Uno's a good one.
Fucking love Uno. Uno ruins relationships.
Yeah.
Well,
Take
I
fast
think my
forward.
parents are trying to embrace it more, like as you know, because like we've gone camping and stuff like that, and of course,
Yes.
you know, we would have stuff like that. But
I remember
it's
that.
always funny when people bring up like, especially very classic like Michigan games, and I'm like, I've never played, and they're like, what?
That's fair.
Think of classical Michigan games. Has anyone ever played Tonk
Nope.
or 31? You have. I know you have, Uni.
Okay,
But
well,
you probably
we-
don't remember. as
I
much.
don't remember. I remember when we went, like when I would go camping
Yeah,
with your
pictures.
family, we played a lot of different card games. Like the one where you have like a single card and you tried to like make the other person take your card if it was like really bad or something like that. I don't remember what that one's called.
Oh, fuck yeah. What the hell was that name? That game? Yeah, I do remember. It's like BS,
It was like
I think. or
Screw Your
something like
Neighbor.
that.
It was Screw Your Neighbor.
Screw Your Neighbor. Yeah,
That
yeah.
one.
Screw Your Neighbor.
I
Where you
I
try to get him
remember
to take it.
I remember playing
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I remember playing some card games like when I would go camping with your family. I just don't remember what most of them were.
Yeah, my family and our group of like friends that we would go camping with would play like card games all the time. That was kind of our big like staple thing. We'd actually play for money a lot.
Yeah, I remember
But us
the
kids would
gambling
play like for
part, too.
quarters, you know, like we'd have 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Which, you know, the grandmas of the group very much incited and thought that was fun. But hey, it was a good way to
Gambling
get
for
some camping
children.
money, so you go yard sailing. So, but yeah, no, we would play. But it's like I think we call it Tonk, but I don't know what the official name is, or like 31, where you would have cards and you try to get up to 31 and you would automatically win. But it's like a rotational kind of game. I don't know if that's like more of a Michigan thing technically, but that was a big one that we'd
It
always
might-
play because it'd go rounds and then you'd lose like your quarters as you're going, so it'd be like $1, or we'd play for bigger money
I
sometimes.
think that's
But
gambling.
it is gambling. It is
For
a little bit of
children.
gambling, but they were all
Yay!
of the adults in the group really like to gamble, and so we kind of all kind of got around with that too. So, but it wasn't usually like it's not like high stakes. It usually was just for
Very
like
low
$1. But
Yeah.
Well, and I know I think when I say Michigan games too, I always think like euchre. Like I've never played, but like it's such a like I mentioned that and, like pretty much any Michigander is like, what? You
I
never
recognize the
played
name. I
euchre?
don't remember if I've
I've
ever
had like
played
3
it.
different people try to show me how to play euchre. I just
It doesn't make.
someone tried to show me like
What's
once, but I've never really
I
played
don't
it
think
either.
I've ever
so.
played it.
Yeah.
Well, like,
No.
and it's funny because it's like especially my mom's side of the family, you know, they love playing it, and so like they're like, what do you mean? I'm like,
No one's just ever really.
you look
said
it up.
it.
Apparently, it's a very Michigan card game. I mean, some
Is it?
other,
Huh, okay.
yeah. It's just very.
Yeah, it's
It's fair.
Yeah, there's so many different ones, but
You know, I'm like, sorry, I'm a traitor to my family history, I guess. You know, 200 years of Michigan history. Nice with me.
there's so many different ones you can do now, though. But yeah, those are fun. There's a whole bunch of different board games, but I feel like there's a lot of OG ones. I mean, you got your, like you're saying, like your Clue and things like I remember playing Sorry and Trouble a lot, that kind of thing. We would honestly play a lot of bingo too, which was I don't know. I thought it was fun.
bingo was great.
Yes.
See, I'm just very, I think, I jokingly say I'm pretty smooth brain. If a game has a lot of rules, it becomes very overwhelming for me. And I just, I'm like, I can't keep up. Like, it's just too much. Which is probably why I don't do a lot of, like, trading card games or anything. It's just, there's so many rules. It just, my brain is
Magic
very
Gathering.
smooth. And it's just too many, yeah. There's just too,
I love it,
too
but-
much.
There's a
And
lot of
so-
rules.
Yes. Yep. And I'm just like, well, I can't follow. And they're like, oh, what about reading this? I'm like, I can't read. Like,
Can't read.
Your mind has melted, so
yeah, unfortunately. So, joys of being dyslexic. When like stressed or anxious or unsure, like it's way worse. And like I straight up just become illiterate. Like it's so bad. I'm like, I'm certain. I'm pretty sure those are letters. Like your brain just kind of like you can see the letters, but you just can't make words out of them. So you're just
I'm
like,
one of those people where, like, as I'm driving, because that's a high stress situation for me, is driving. Trying, like, especially if I'm going somewhere like I don't know. I'm one that turns down the music so I can see better.
Yes, me too.
Focus.
I will pause the
helps.
music if I'm trying to look for a certain like address or something, or like a certain street. I will
it helps you
pause the
focus.
music.
It's very music,
I'm
yeah.
like, no, I can't
Turn down that
read.
music,
Much
I need to
stimulus.
see.
I was like, I understand the logic behind it, but saying it out loud is just really funny.
It is kind of a funny saying. I turned down the music so I could see better.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it actually does help with concentrating more when you don't have so much going on around you.
No, it's true.
Yep.
Well, sometimes, like, I know this is like not great, but like in my journey, I used to have like a little thing to hang my pop socket in. So like it would be up close enough to like my steering wheel so that it was like right in vision with me, and I would be like looking at the GPS while trying to drive to make sure I make the correct turn because I suck with miles. Like I'm like
So it tells you like
point
hey, in
2 miles. I'm like,
turn
the
right.
fuck is that? Like, so I'm
I can
like,
visualize that point too.
I can't visualize miles at all. I don't know. I
Because it's
I
can't.
can
daily
because I used to
measurement.
run.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do
I
that.
like when it's like at the next stoplight, you know.
Yes.
That makes more sense to me.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
stoplight, please. Stop sign, please. Like,
Cat.
how many roads away is it, please? Like, I
Mhm.
I can't do that. Can't do miles.
Yeah.
Driving my husband nuts.
Mom,
We'll be
my
driving down
GPS.
We'll be driving down the highway.
My GPS is like,
It's like,
actively trying to kill me.
that's true. It tried to get you to do a U-turn on the highway.
Park
Yes,
and
it
reverse
did.
while going forward.
yes, turn it
wanted-
around.
Going
I hit
against
So
traffic.
it told me to use the little emergency pull off, and then to continue going southbound in the northbound lanes on the shoulder. Is what it
I think she was
rerouted me to do.
confused.
I think you're.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
Yes,
this
so
is
what are you
illegal.
doing?
Like, what?
Yeah, my
Hold
Google
on.
map, like, so
Thanks, Eds.
it was so funny.
It told me
is-
to cut through a lake once, and I was like,
I think they're just trying to murder
isn't
you,
it
honestly.
I think hers is trying to
It's like,
murder her
hold
too.
like
Thought it
proceed
was the
straight.
most
I'm like, there's a
accurate.
lake there, though. I can't. keep
The
going
AI has
straight.
decided.
Take a
Has
boat.
decided.
Hold on. Just
Which
straight
reminds
line
me,
through the blue.
I absolutely used so of course living in Michigan, when you travel, especially out of state, due west, Google Maps loves to have you try to take a ferry. And I have fought with it many a times where I'll tell it like, hey, no ferry, you know, or no toll road. And so I've had it sometimes literally it will still like recalculate and go and like, oh, you want to take a ferry? Like I was
Like, no,
in
the
Upper
fuck I
Peninsula,
don't.
pretty far west, and I was like, oh, all right, you know, I was driving home, so I set a map, and I was just kind of for a moment blindly following the Google map, and I started to catch on, like, because I was like, wait, we're going a bit west. I need to head east to, you know, take, you know, the Straits of Mackinac. And I had found out it was literally taking me through, it was trying to take me through Wisconsin to take a ferry, and I was so mad. I had to pretty much tell Google Maps that instead of taking me home, I had to tell it to take me to Mackinac Bridge, and then I could put my address in to go home. Because it, like, even though I told it not to go for a ferry, it kept trying to route to a
It
ferry.
must really think you want that experience. I've never had mine do that when I've been
Yeah, I
traveling.
haven't either.
I was, and I don't know, probably at the time because I was camping, I was just that too close to Wisconsin, and I was just, they just really wanted me to take that ferry, and I was like,
I don't
no.
want to.
I don't want to take that ferry. I remember cussing at it, and like it was bad too because I'm in the UP, and so there's like, I have no cell service, so even though I changed routes, like my phone's like,
We can't figure it out.
so what I had to do was like, all right, well, I'll just gotta jump on US 2 and just go as far east as I can before I have cell service, so then I can like.
So then I can route myself to the proper location.
Yeah.
Maybe be a detour, but it's worth it.
Good thing I at least understand the basics of directions. I just kind of had
Mhm.
to, you know, rely on good old fashioned street signs for a bit. Man, I was so mad, and so now every time I'm like double checking. And I even cursed and
turned
have
off.
used Apple Map just because Google Map has.
I
had times where
only
it just
use
pissed
Apple
me
Maps
off.
now. I
Back
stopped
and forth,
using
it
I
really
stopped using
depends.
Google Maps for the most part. There are sometimes I still use Google Maps depending on what I need, because it's easier to search up businesses in Google Maps. Like if I don't know the address or anything,
Yeah.
I'm just looking for a specific business to go to, I will look it up in Google Maps. But like 9 times out of 10 I'm using Apple Maps anymore because I like the way
Yeah.
it tells me the directions better.
I will say, yeah, the reason I kind
So.
of jump between the two is that Android OS is very common in cars. So people who are using Google Maps a lot more frequently. And so you're getting actually a lot more, like, and from at least my experience, more accurate like traffic information.
That's fair.
So, for example, if I'm driving to work, it just makes sense. I just always have Google Maps because it's going to give me more accurate compared to Apple Map. However, when I've traveled out of state, I've been a lot more comfortable with using Apple Map. I find it's been a little more accurate. At least with, like, for example, like, I thought was funny is I had to go to some conference, and this conference ground had lots of, like, you know, like condos and houses. It was kind of like its own little, you know, whole, like, you know, community ground. And Apple Map was able to route me to the exact building I needed to go, where Google Maps just stopped and pointed at some random house across the street. I said, "Here you go."
Yeah.
I'm like, that's not even, like, it had no idea where Apple Maps, like, yeah, it told me which, like, pretty much driveway and parking lot to go to.
My house doesn't show up on, my current house does not show up on Google Maps.
Yeah,
it shows up on Apple Maps. Yeah, it's on Apple Maps.
Yeah.
It's not on Google Maps. I've had a couple people, like my ex-mother-in-law, it showed up on her Google Maps, which I found very interesting because it doesn't show up on anybody else's. So it was like,
no, mine always takes me to some weird random person's house on the other end of the street. It seems to think that's your house.
Yeah. It's not. Like, it's like,
yeah, I think mine takes me to Larka's because it's a weird house down around the corner, and I'm like,
right nearby.
This isn't it. This isn't the same street name. Like,
this isn't the right fucking road.
And I've even
confused.
done the survey,
AI
like,
smart.
how was your drive? I've even said, like, no. And it's like, well, where's your location? It's here, and I dropped the ping there, and then it still doesn't take me there.
Which is funny because
takes me to that weird house.
Because our Jeep, like, I used the onboarding GPS, and when I was coming home from Artemis on Saturday, because I don't know how to get back confidently anymore through Grand Rapids. Like, once I get the highway, I'm fine. But it's like, I used to have it, but I don't.
Yeah.
And so he has it set in his onboard GPS, and I can just hit home, and then it just routes me home. And I'm like, yay. Sometimes I have it on just to see my ETA, to try and beat my ETA. And I did. On my way home from Artemis, I beat my ETA by like 15 minutes.
You lying.
Oh, but I know for a fact, though, that Uni definitely is not a fan of city driving.
No, fucking hate it. Dude, do you remember all those times we drove to, like, freaking Detroit?
Yep.
I hate city driving. I'm good at city driving. Dude. I hate city driving. It's so stressful.
Well, I know we're already talking, because I was talking about going to a convention in Wisconsin, because that I absolutely
I'll take over the non-city driving so that we take turns.
And a part of the fastest way actually is to go through Chicago, and I mentioned that to Uni. She goes, "Hell no, I'm not driving that." I said, "Don't worry. I am now an unintentional season pro because I've been going to that it's basically kind of become my new YumaCon. It's just, well, I had friends over there, so I was like, well, I might as well check out this convention. But now I've been having to drive through Chicago, and so I'm like, well, and that's where I found I've been actually more happy with how Apple Map has handled Chicago traffic. Yeah.
I'm willing to take on some of the driving. I have no problem with that. I just don't want to drive in Chicago.
It's a pretty easy drive. It's just Chicago.
Yeah. So, like, after Chicago, I'll definitely do the driving. That's fine.
If we take a gas stop.
So
it's a pretty easy drive, especially because the route I usually take, of course, is toll road free because I'm cheap. Now, there's sometimes it makes
Valid.
sense to take a toll road because it will save you a good hour or two. But when going to Milwaukee, it literally doesn't save you any time. You just end up paying a lot of money to
For no
save like
reason.
5 minutes. Yeah, it's like,
Makes
it's
sense.
not worth it.
That makes sense.
Not worth it. So,
Like,
but yeah, no, I don't remember trips to Yumacon and you're going to Detroit and you'd be like, I'm like, we got
the one
this.
time in the heavy rain when we almost got into an accident because
We
the
were
two cars in
fine.
front
The
of
person
us, friggin' one of them hit the other guy and they both spun out in front of us.
Yeah, it was good times. We were in Grand
God.
Rapids. We didn't even get that
But it was
far.
just heavy rain, dude, and it was
very
just
heavy
on the
rain. People were
highway.
driving like idiots.
I mean, we
Sounds
were
like Grand
fine.
Rapids.
I was able to like slow down and get onto the shoulder to avoid the accident, and then we were able to continue going without a problem. But like,
You were
that
pretty,
was
pretty
intense.
panicked. It was.
I was shaky
remember
for a
that,
little
that
bit,
morning because
but-
I had called 911 to report the accident, and I just remember the dispatcher being a complete douche. Like,
Yeah,
I said,
he
hey,
was really
this is where we
mean.
are. There was just an accident. He's like, somebody's already called about this. I'm like,
Okay, but we were like
Okay.
almost a part of it.
I
Do you not want to witness, you fucking asshole? Like,
well, he was like, oh, well, the person who got hit already called. Like, he sounded like really irritated that I had like, I was like,
it's like,
like,
okay, but
okay,
I'm
How are you supposed to know that?
Right, it's like-
yeah, I know. I don't know. The accident happened right next to us.
yeah, it's like, how am I supposed to know they called you? I didn't get out of the car. Like,
Yeah, I just said, well, because I was like, well, we just witnessed this guy spin out because he was zigzagging through traffic in heavy rain, and had to hit his brakes. Guess what?
he
Hydroplaned.
fishtailed
And he
and-
went wee.
Mhm.
No, I felt so bad because I remember trying to calm Uni down. Like, I'm like, it's okay, we're okay, it's all right. Like,
I just take,
We're
you
good.
know,
We're
just a
alive.
couple deep breaths. We're good.
we're good.
Continue
And
on.
We made it to Detroit. We just had to get out of Grand Rapids. So
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
just don't
you
like
know.
Detroit driving
number-
because I don't like the multi lanes, man. That's just so stressful. Like, fuck,
It was just
man.
funny because the multi-lanes they're like 55 miles an hour and everybody's going like 75.
Uh-huh.
The cops, like,
Yeah,
nobody follows the speed limit.
That's the Michigan driving,
just a
That's unknown.
suggestion.
the Michigan rule.
Well, apparently, so I follow Josh and Jace from England, and they said that's all
Oh,
across
yeah.
America we do that.
Yeah.
So that's not just a
Speed
Michigan
limit-
thing.
That's
It's like
surprising.
all
It is a
across
suggestion.
America. Speed limits are a suggestion in the United States.
It is true because it's the same even in Chicago. It's like
Yeah.
speed limit is mostly like 55 through there.
No.
If you're 55, people are gonna fly by you and think you're an asshole. like,
Like, I'm just trying to do the speed limit, and then
no, look, it's fine.
And you can't just do the speed limit if everybody's flying past you, because then you can get the ticket because you're not going with the flow of traffic. So even if you're following the speed limit, if you're not following the speed of traffic, they consider you a hazard on the road. So it's like, you better speed the fuck
Yellow's
up, boy.
Yep. Yeah, well, so I always kind of do like a middle of the ground where I'm not gonna be doing the max like speed, but I'm gonna be like going 10 over.
Like, I'm gonna
You
go
know,
with the
like,
flow, but I'm
it's
not gonna like
a bit-
push it.
Push it. Yeah, it's
Gravity.
kind of how I am. Like, it's like, well, kind of blending in. Like, people can pass me, that's fine, but I'm not the slowest person on
Right.
the road. It's the happy medium. And Chicago can be a bit intense because, like, if you're scared about like the lanes for Detroit, like Chicago is like way worse. That is-
Yes, it is. I've been to Chicago a couple of times. I've been through Chicago a couple of times.
Man, Chicago is like its own.
I've never driven it, but
world.
like I don't. And
That's
also
why
Chicago's
I
scary.
am now a seasoned pro.
Yeah,
But
haven't
man,
driven
it's
Mhm.
I like to take
No.
the Amtrak down.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
and
I know I
But-
have a friend she like doing that.
That's
How
fun.
is that anyway? Is it
Chicago.
like
It's a
There's
nice
some
like
people-
chill ride, honestly. I mean, you get up early to go to when the train leaves, but I mean, you get on and then you just kind of get to relax and enjoy yourself like all the way down, which it's not like a super crazy long drive or anything down on the train. So you just kind
I
of
always
go
hear
and
horror
then
stories of those things breaking down all the time, so I'm always like,
Oh,
how
I've
is
never
it?
had one break down when I've been on it. I know recently it sounds like with all the flooding we're having up here, some of the track flooded out and like got washed out, so that it's closed right now.
Yep.
But I've never had an issue whenever I've gone back and forth, like because I've
That's
gone to
awesome.
conventions and things down there. On the Amtrak, we've had no issues with it really, but it depends on what time you get there and how quickly you get to board. But the bigger issue we had was on a return trip once, is that they they did have some issues with things breaking down, and we ended up waiting for hours to get onto the train on the way back. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It's not like it saves you a lot of money, like on gas and everything like that, and it's a fun thing to do, anyways. Just to kind of try, relax on it. So, but and the Union Station's pretty cool, anyway. I mean, for Union Station, it's kind of grungy, but I feel like that's kind of normal Chicago, I guess. But at least the areas we've been in. But it's pretty easy. Like once you get out, most people are relatively, at least that we ran into, are friendly enough to kind of give you some direction to get places. But I do like that they have a lot more like transit options and stuff in Chicago, like with the different like red line and different lines you can take anyway to get to different parts of the city. And we did a lot of walking, but that's just because we wanted to.
I got geeked out seeing the subways for the first time in Chicago.
Yes. Yep.
Like I was like, you could tell I'm from a small town because I was just like, whoa.
I know, it's super cool.
Well, because they got these subways that kind of like go along the highway almost and through like the city, and I'm just like, look at the
makes it so much easier to get where you want to go when they've got all of those in there. I don't know why they don't incorporate that in more cities, but it's just nicer to be able to get around that way and not have to try to worry about fighting traffic.
Like the traffic could get pretty.
I will say we did end up taking an Uber a couple times just because some of the areas are weird to like navigate. Although those guys are kind of crazy also down there. And the cabbies, but they just kind of go. But at least they kind of know what they're doing. So
a little bit, yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I don't think I'd really like driving around in downtown. I mean, that's why I usually prefer like taking like the public transportation stuff, which is honestly pretty cheap too. Doing that and getting like their cards and stuff to do that, because you can do that before you even go. But yeah, but Amtrak's fun. I like doing the train stuff, but we haven't really done it much beyond going down to Chicago. Like I haven't done bigger trips than that, but it's a good way to avoid some of the Chicago traffic at least.
Oh, I know, because I'm definitely like, because I'm curious, like maybe further in the future, I really want to go to C2E2, with pretty big convention in Chicago. So it's just like, but
yeah, I went to the Stray Kids concert down there, so yeah. It's honestly it's not too bad. Do your research beforehand. There's a lot of different things like that you can see online now that like people give different reviews on areas and things that they've stayed, whether they're very outsider friendly, because there are some of those areas down there where you want to be careful where you are at.
Chicago's too scary. I won't go to any event that's in Chicago, period. I don't care how fun it sounds. I won't do it.
Well, see, that's for example, like when I go to like a convention, I like to, like, even though it can cost a bit extra, getting a hotel like at the convention and just really staying in that nearby, like tight-knit area. You're not really traveling too far. Like you're staying at the convention center.
It's still too scary, especially with the laws and stuff in place in Chicago right now. It just makes me feel very unsafe, and I just don't. Not until they change those rules. Then otherwise, I won't go. Like,
I can understand areas.
Personally,
like
I don't care what other people do. Personally,
kind of
won't go. Like,
went to the big tower and got to go see the museum and like the science museum and stuff was really cool.
Yeah, like, I love museums.
I like that they're right next to each other too, which was really cool. But yeah, we went and checked all those out. And Shed's Aquarium, of course, but just to see how things were. But
yeah,
it was really fun. Yep,
that is really.
It's a fun adventure trip, but. Yes, but as for traffic-wise, I'd say, I mean, it's usually better if you don't have to drive through downtown area. Usually you can avoid most of it with taking the highway around most of the time if you're driving around it, but just don't go through busy hours, like 5 o'clock time, people are getting, rush hour times, because then you'll be sitting for a while.
Yeah, I've hit that. Even like, because like when I left Anime Milwaukee, I hit Chicago on a Sunday around like 7:30, and they had both construction and I guess apparently it's a bit of a rush hour end of the day on a Sunday, and I didn't know that was a thing, but we sat there for a good while, which of course my friend in the passenger, she just passed out asleep.
Like bro.
So which is fine. I have motion sickness, so I actually prefer to be the one driving.
That's
I just
fair.
can't I'm like, if I can drive, I'll beg. I'm like, just let me drive. Like, so I don't want to be like the nauseated passenger princess. That's just not no.
Understandable.
You can handle the radio. That's fine. Just let me, because like it just gives me something to focus on. But
Makes sense.
Yeah, so it was kind of funny. Oh, it was great. Is my friend, she had her service dog. And so her service dog, and of course, when within the city, like, well, we're not moving too much, so we just had the windows down. And I kid you not, it was so great, like, because of course, like, people in Chicago, they're asshole drivers. Most cities are. But as soon as I rolled down the windows and this big white fluffy dog head is sticking out, like, people would let me through. Like, people slowed down. Like, I kid you, it was like a real. And I'm like, I have this power, and I'm like, Aurora, I summon thee to the field. Oh, look, people are letting me cross 6 lanes. No, but anyway.
Woohoo! Dog power.
I'm sure they're probably looking at me like, oh, this idiot Michigan driver. Oh, that puppy. Which,
Yep.
Aurora's a Colorado mountain dog, which is very similar to, like, the Pyrenees. So she's a big, white, fluffy dog, just sticking her head out of my Toyota Camry. But I was like, it was so great, because I'm like, why did traffic just become so much smoother? And I'm like,
Free pass.
aw, puppy. You gotta let the puppy pass. Because she just stick her head out and just be like, she just vibing. Like, traffic's not moving. It's early March, so we had just a nice breeze come by, and so, as my friend is like passed out, like,
oh my god.
Good times. I was just jamming out to music.
Yeah, and it is 9:30. I have to wrap up because I work tonight. This is my last full week of work. Next Monday is my last night. Before the move, and I will be able to still record at my mother-in-law's house, so that's pretty chill. And I won't have a cutoff. It's strict because I won't be working.
I might.
I'll fight you.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Like, 10 o'clock is pushing it, man.
I just meant I want it to be as strict about getting off at 9:30.
You up at 2 o'clock in the morning to leave. I gotta leave at 2.
That's fair. But yeah. So I am going to roll the dice for the next person to host, and it better be freaking Artemy, I swear to God.
Be Artemy.
Be Artemy. You haven't hosted in a while.
Yeah.
I didn't record it, but that's okay. That's okay. It was Artemy. Yay!
The dice gods have spoken.
The dice gods have spoken. It is you.
We got D&D on Saturday, right?
Yes, D&D on Saturday. D&D on Saturday.
Sounds good.
I have all the notes for that. And recording next Monday. And yay.
There wasn't a session on last Saturday, was there?
No.
Okay.
No.
I got notified that there was a call going on in the chat. So
yeah, so
where there was a
our sons, mine and Artemy's sons, were on the chat so they could play Minecraft together. And it was easiest to use the D&D chat because our husbands are not friends on Discord, and they were using our husbands' Discords to talk. So
I gotcha. That makes sense, because I was like, I don't think there was going to be a session.
No.
Again, well, I'm kind of like an on-off characters. I wouldn't have been like.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But no, it was just our sons playing Minecraft together. So
you just would have heard a couple of
you would have jumped on and heard a bunch of little
at each other about Minecraft.
Yeah, I would have opened my son's room occasionally and been like, "The fuck are you doing in here?" He's like,
"I'm playing Minecraft, Mom.
Play Minecraft." And I'm like,
Minecraft.
Okay, then. I was like, "Are you?"
They were very animated about it.
It's like, "Are you being nice?" And he's like,
intense.
"Yeah, I was like, "Who are you telling to die?" And he's like, "This zombie." And I was like, "Or this baby villager." And I was like, "Okay." I just shut the door.
Yeah, they chose anarchy. They were destroying the villages.
A little psychopath.
Oh my God.
We won't judge.
Yep.
Kids are crazy in that game.
Kids are very crazy.
Minecraft is crazy.
It was all the villagers.
That doesn't surprise me, but that
except for the wandering one, because they had the llamas. Because the llamas didn't do nothing.
It's fair.
Okay. How we always end up with a bajillion llamas because they always lose them and disconnect them around our place somehow magically, but
magically.
So many llamas.
I just kill the wandering villager and take his llamas.
He usually just loses them enough anyway that I can just steal
that's
them.
what I deal with. I
don't even have to kill him. He just drops them. I'm like, all right, cool. More llamas for me. So,
I literally am like, fuck you. Give me your llamas. I'm so
He
He ends
mean.
up killing
llamas.
himself. Honestly, our weirdest thing though is he hangs his llamas all the time. Like he'll hang off. We have a lot of different things, but right now we're working at a big ship, and he'll walk to the edge, and and they don't die if you carry animals with leads. Like they'll just hang there, but he'll walk around the edge of the ship, and they'll like fall off, and they'll just be hanging there, like floating along while he's walking along. Which is a weird concept with that. We figured out we can use the happy gas to carry animals back by hanging them the whole way. It's a very slow process, but you can hang animals and take them where you want.
Oh my
Just so you know.
That is insane.
It's like one of those nursery mobiles, but worse.
Yeah. With hanging
my
animals that are just like,
God.
what the fuck? And you're just like, okay, we're going
Just
for a
playing
5-mile
some
trip.
soft
Hang on.
music.
By your neck, but you know,
God.
it's okay.
It's fine, guys. It's fine.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay, whale. I have so many ideas for things that I want to do in the future for our channel, not just the podcast, by the way, that I'll discuss with you guys later because we have to wrap up. But I'm looking forward to the next recording. Artemis is going to be our lovely host next time that we're all together. And we'll see y'all next time.
Yeah.
See
Make sure to
ya.
like and subscribe. Bye, guys.
Like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.